Hello and welcome to Take 5 with Automation World. I'm David Miller, Senior Technical Writer for Automation World. Today, I want to talk about wireless networking, and particularly 4G and 5G private cellular networks and their benefits for industrial use cases. Now, what we've seen is that wireless connectivity has become increasingly important to industrial users in recent years for a variety of reasons. For one, the growth of technologies such as mobile robots and augmented reality headsets have forced users to ditch the wires, so to speak, because being free-moving and non-fixed, these technologies simply can't work if you don't go cordless in the proverbial sense. And just as importantly, in large and expansive process industry environments such as oil and gas or wastewater management, a wireless network can allow for data from a large quantity of devices spread over a very geographically expansive region to be more easily integrated. Of course, technically speaking, you could use any number of wireless network technologies, including Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or Zigbee. However, what 4G and 5G as well, albeit to a lesser extent, really offer, and what really sets them apart, is that they have higher data transfer rates, low latency, and the ability to connect significantly more devices simultaneously. So as a result, it's much more ideal for these mission-critical type of industrial applications that require reliability, real-time communication, and large-scale coverage. But it's not just the speed and reliability that typical Wi-Fi lacks. It's also the case that many industrial environments are simply not designed to support it. Since we see things like fluctuations in temperature, humidity, moisture, vibration, or even something like the placement of metal or glass walls interfering with the transmission of reliable signals. So let's go over some examples of 5G implementations that have benefited those who undertook them. One good example is from electronics manufacturer TCL Manufacturing in China, which was able to expand its use of AMRs due to their use of a 5G network. Now, obviously with AMRs, the individual robots utilize a virtual map and share their coordinates with one another on that map in order to coordinate and optimize their activities. And they're bopping around and moving very fast in real time, doing all these different things. So the 5G was needed here in order to grant the coverage, but also, once again, that low latency. Now, there's another example I'd like to give, even though it actually entails 4G rather than 5G, because the benefits are largely the same in this particular instance, and it's very good at demonstrating the particular value of a private rather than public cellular network. So in this case, British Sugar, the sugar producer obviously, has rolled out its own private 4G cellular network across multiple factory sites rather than relying on a public network. So the real question here is why private network? That's what we're seeking to show with this particular use case. And in this case, it's because a dedicated private network eliminates the need to share spectrum with others that are going to be on a public network, meaning that latency becomes less of an issue, which is, of course, once again, very important in these rapid real-time applications. And in addition, keeping the network totally private means that internal control can be maintained of all the data, and this is going to be a huge boon in our current era of growing cybersecurity concerns. So one last example now, and then we'll bring the video to a close, and that's Volkswagen, which has similarly deployed a 5G private network at its primary plant in Wolfsburg, Germany. Now, currently, this is a pilot deployment only, and what they're trying to see is if the network will be able to meet the stringent requirements of its vehicle production process. And the way they'll be doing it is with Nokia's digital automation cloud platform, which essentially allows automation applications to be very quickly delivered and operated in real time from the cloud. So once again, we're back to the same thing we keep hitting on over and over again, which is low latency. They need low latency. So anyway, I think that's a pretty good roundup for now. We've got some good examples, some good use cases, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But once again, I want to thank all of our viewers for tuning in,